Howdy folks, got tagged on a video mentioning like maybe your favorite three shavers, DE shavers perhaps, blades. Um, I couldn't put my finger on the shavers, but I did on some of the blades. This is just some of them. I have quite a few that I do like, but I'll go ahead and get started. What I've got up and coming is going to be using a Gillette Silver Blue, and I'm going to pair it up today as soon as I get done with this video with this shaver right here. The handle comes by the way of Mac Metalworks. This is a solid brass handle, nice, beautiful, and the head comes from West Coast Shaving. This was made for West Coast Shaving by the way of Charcoal Goods. You see there's no overhang here on the blade. Hopefully you can see that there is a blade in there, and you can kind of see that the cap has an angle to it, more or less the preset angle to get the best shave. I'm going to shave with it today. I've always had pretty good luck with Gillette Silver Blues, and that's the blade I'm going to be using today. Later on in a number of other videos, for me it'll be the very first time using a Merkur Future. Now I've had a Q shave, I piffed it. It was a fine shaver, didn't have any issues with it. This one here, the biggest difference between the two that I notice is that this one here weighs quite a bit more, and one of the differences also is that as it goes for the numbering system here, it is impressed on the handle itself as opposed to being etched, but really nice shaver. Also, as it goes for rotating, it has a hard stop on the low end and a hard stop on the upper end. But both of them were, the Q-Shave shaver I had was really nice. I mean, it shaved just fine. Didn't have any issues out of it. This will be the next one in line. And I'm going to go ahead and pair it up with a Personna Blades. Personna Blades have been one of the first blades, my go-to blades. Whether you get these from Israel or if you get the ones made here in the States. Either way, for me, they work well for me. Always worked well. So I'm going to use it in the future because this one here weighs quite a bit. It's a heavy razor. Something to think about if you're looking at one. If you don't particularly want a heavy razor, you might want to opt to go with maybe a Q-Shave. Like I said, the one I had worked out rather well. I got one of the first ones early on, and maybe some of their quality control issues have been taken care of by now. But my shaver, it worked just fine. Next one on the list, and I got this one here by the way of Maggart. This one is a Bally. It's a DE, and I think it's a BR177, I think is what the model number is. It's really an inexpensive shaver. Beautiful color on this one here. I think it's selling for right now right around the $5 or $6 mark if you're interested in something like this. It is, like I said, twist to open, twist to shave, twist to open. And I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. I'm going to pair it up with Lord Cool. These are Teflon coated. These blades work out well for me, so thought this would be a pretty good pairing. And I was thinking possibly also just to check out to see how a derby blade might work in this shaver also. I still might do that, but these are the upcoming videos and whatnot. One of the things talking about blades and favorite ones and whatnot, this particular, let me get the box just right. I've been aware of these for a little while, but I have yet to try them. These are Dorco blades for injectors. You can kind of tell it doesn't necessarily have the key there, but I'm going to be using it with my Supply shaver. And I'm going to check these blades out and see how they work out for me. They were pretty inexpensive. Got them from Maggart on sale. Don't remember exactly what the price was, but you get 20 of them in a box, so thought it'd be worth a try. And I've got some more single edge shavers coming in. By the way, with Classic Shaving, got the Hiram Commander as well as the Enoch Razor. Both of them will take blades, and these are the blades that I plan on using. I've got the Feather Artist Club Supers here. These were the first ones that worked well for me. I tried the Professional. Professional didn't work well for me. I know a lot of other people, Professional works well for them, but not so much the Supers. Supers work well for me. And I haven't been able to exactly put my finger on exactly why, but kind of think that it has something to do with maybe, I think there's a thickness difference in between the professional and the super, I think, if I remember right. Any rate, those are the blades that work well for me as it goes for Feather Artist Club. And I'm also going to check out the Schick Pro line. If I remember right, these were in it. They're in a video with the Enoch razor, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to basically kind of sort of, as it goes for the razor and the blade, I'm going to replicate that shave that I saw in video to see how it works out. And of course, one of my favorites also, especially with the Hiram Commander, that weighs almost 4 ounces. It is a heavyweight. It'll be really interesting how that shaver works out. And I'm going to go with the pinks here. These work really well for me. Really was surprised. Didn't think that they would, I guess you might say, meet what I was seeing on video. Thought I would at least give them a try to see how they'd work this way. I got an option for different blades. If one should be far more expensive than the other, and performance would be close to being the same. These blades work really well. The biggest difference between these blades as well as the other two is the grind. The grind on this edge is, I can see, very fine. If you're familiar with anything in the way of straight razor shaving, it would be what I would consider like a full hollow. It is the grind is very fine, as opposed to these. The way I view they're just like injector blades that you would get with your Schick injector, Persona. I get the same shave feel out of these blades. I don't have a problem with them. I like them. They work well for me. And that these are a little bit different. The grind is slightly different. I'm not sure. I have to, one of these days I'll get a shave in, straight razor shave, but it's a wedge. Kind of makes me wonder if this is what these are in comparison to. I'm not real sure. But at any rate, hopefully, maybe that might help some folks. Maybe not. Maybe confuse the heck out of everybody. But anyway, these shavers I just showed you, I'm kind of thinking that, there's a good possibility these could be my some of my favorite shavers. I've got hordes of them that I really do like. And if you're trying to narrow it down to 3, I just have a hard time doing it, just 3. So I thought I would show 3 that are up and coming, as well as the single edges as soon as they get in. Yeah, narrowing down to 3 is really hard for me, because in other words, I've got, for instance, you got your vintage, the super speeds, the red tip, any of the super speeds. I like all of them. Red tip is to be more aggressive, works well for my beard growth. Persona is normally one of those that I put in there. A Feather, Gillette Silver Blue. One of them that I use from time to time is a Treat Falcon. It works well for me. As goes for the Treat, I think they're referred to as Black Beauty, and they're a different color, and they're carbon. Those blades work well in some shavers, and other shavers don't even act like the same blade. So just kind of throwing that out there for those that are, get a bunch of different blades, try them out, work them, throughout a week, get used to them. You might find they don't work at all. For me, probably the one that just did not work, couldn't finish the shave, was a Bic Chrome. Those just don't work well for me. Other folks get great shaves, which is, just goes to show that your mileage may vary. So what works well for me may not work well for you. You gotta give them a try. It's all the fun in trying them out. I'm gonna go ahead and get my shave on. Gonna get this one going, and hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.